Are you planning to set up a home gym? Hindi mo ba alam kung saan magsisimula, kung anong bibilhin, at kung worth it ba talagang mag-invest sa isang home gym? Well, on this video, I'll be giving you guys a few tips on how to set up your very own home gym. Let's go! What is up, guys? Ernest Santo Tomas, and welcome to my channel, which is about fitness and entertainment. Now, I know that a lot of you guys are like me, stuck at home at namimiss ng mag-workout. Siguro, iniisip nyo if it's time to invest in a home gym, given our current situation that the commercial gyms are still closed, and even if they do open in the near future, sure ka ba talagang gusto mong pumunta doon at i-expose yung sarili mo? Bilang isang tao na hindi mapakali kung hindi ako makapag-workout, I decided to put up my very own home gym, and now I'd like to share with you my experience and what I have learned along the way. So let's go to the very first tip that I'd like to give you, which is to make sure that you can work out alone. Yes, step number 1 is to make sure na kaya mo talagang mag-workout mag-isa. Alam naman natin na may iba't ibang klaseng tao. May mga taong kaya lang mag-workout pag kasama nila yung coach nila, pag kasama nila yung mga kaibigan nila or yung mga training partners nila. At meron namang ibang tao na tulad ko, kayang mag-workout at hindi nalulungkot kahit mag-isa. So, before you invest on anything, make sure na kaya mo talagang mag-workout mag-isa. So, I suggest that you find that place in your house. Siyempre, magtatayo ka ng home gym. So, you're thinking of a place in your house where you're actually gonna set up your home gym. Find that place in your house and try to actually work out there. Subukan mo. Ngayon, tatanungin nyo, wala pa nga akong gamit, paano ako mag-workout? Hindi mo naman kailangan ng equipment. Pwede kang mag-push-ups, pwede kang mag-sit-ups, mag-pull-ups, pwede kang mag-jog in place, or kung ano mang gusto mong gawin, mag-burpees ka kung gusto mo. Yuck, burpees. Just find that place in your house where you're planning to work out and actually try it kung para sa'yo ba talaga ang pag-workout mag-isa or pag-workout sa bahay. Subukan mo. Now, the next tip that I'm going to give you is to buy the essentials first. Alam nating sobrang tempting bumili ng mga bagay na napakaganda at ikaw lang ang meron sa gym mo. When starting out, I highly suggest that you start with your needs first before your wants. Ngayon, kung tatanungin nyo sa akin, ano ba yung essential? What is essential for you as a person who is working out or as an athlete? And the answer is, hindi ko alam. So the essentials really depend on you, what type of person you are, what type of athlete you are, and what discipline you are trying to follow in fitness. For me, as a person who is following the bodybuilding discipline, I really wanted to have a rack wherein I can do my squats, my bench presses. I wanted to have an Olympic bar and some weights and some plates. I also really wanted to have a pulley system so I could do my pull workouts, lat pull downs, seated rows, and all that. So those were, at the top of my priority. So those were my needs. Now, if you're just starting out, if you are a beginner and hindi mo alam kung anong bibilihin mo, I highly suggest that you ask a coach. There are tons of quality coaches out there that you can ask. So kung hindi mo alam kung anong gagawin, just go ahead, give them a call, consult with them, and maybe they can give you an idea on what to get so that you can start your fitness journey. Tip number 3 that I've learned in my home gym journey is to canvas. Now that you know that you can work out at home and you know what you need, you have to make sure that you check out all the possible suppliers and all the possible sources for your gym equipment. And I'm telling you that there are a lot of gym equipment suppliers out there. Make sure that you check them all out. Online shops, merong FB Marketplace, merong Facebook groups, merong mga Viber groups, and you have to make sure that you get the best deal. Kasi sometimes, yung makikita mo na sobrang gandang item na gusto mo agad bilhin, di mo alam, reseller pala siya. And pag nabili mo na yun, pag nabayaran mo na yun, after 2 days, biglang sasakit yung puso mo kasi makikita mo yung actual source or yung actual supplier kung saan siya kumukuha nun. Kaya makikita mo na mas mura siya ng a few thousands. And that actually happened to me. I was able to buy from a reseller, tapos I think 2 days after, nung nagre-research ako, nakita ko na meron palang mas mura. And she was actually reselling that from him. Also, another thing that you should look out for are the prices. Sometimes there are prices that are too good to be true. The good thing about canvassing or doing your research is that you get a benchmark of the prices of the item that you are looking for, and malalaman mo na more or less kung masyado bang mura yon or masyado ba yung mahal, and makakapili ka na accordingly depending on your budget and depending on the equipment that you need. Now, in researching and canvassing, don't be afraid to ask questions. Kulitin mo yung seller, tanungin mo sila kung yun na ba yung best price, kung hindi available yung item na binibenta nila, meron ba silang mare-refer. Don't be afraid to ask for discounts kung bibili ka in bulk. Subukan mo. Don't be afraid to ask for actual photos of the equipment that you're buying kasi sometimes may placeholder photos lang sila tapos napakaganda ng placeholder photos tapos pagkuha mo ng actual item, hindi naman pala ganun kaganda. So, it is better to ask for actual photos of the product that you're asking for. For example, if you're going to buy dumbbells, a lot of sellers out there are using, generic dumbbell pictures. So you can ask the seller to send you actual pictures of the dumbbells they are selling para makita mo kung yun ba talaga yung gusto mong bilhin and kung magandang quality ba talaga yung binibenta nila. And the last thing that I will share with you about canvassing and researching is to make sure that you check out the reviews of other people as well. Of course, there are other people who bought ahead of you from that seller. So malalaman mo na kung anong na-experience sila, if they are responsive, if they're good sellers, tatagalan ba yung delivery nila, do they respond immediately pag may concerns ka, maganda ba yung quality nung nabili nila, and a lot more. So you make sure that you actually check those reviews from other people, and it would actually be better if you could ask them directly, diba? If you're really investing on something really expensive, let's say a really nice treadmill or a really nice machine, tas may bumili na beforehand, don't be afraid to shoot that person a message and ask how the machine is performing or maganda ba talaga yung quality nung nabili niya. Alright, so tip number 4 is to buy right the first time. This is actually from Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. He said, buy once, cry once. We want to make sure that we buy the right item on the first purchase. The last thing that we want is to buy something tapos ma-realize natin na, ay, hindi pala masyado maganda yung nabili ko. Yeah. Or mas gusto ko pala yung isa. Tapos we're gonna end up, selling it or hindi natin magagamit. So if you're really into investing in a home gym, I suggest na kung merong magandang item, bilhin mo na. And kung bibilhin mo yon, siguraduhin mo na maganda na yung bibilhin mo. Huwag ka nang bibili nung hindi masyadong magandang quality. Remember, quality over everything. And good quality does not always mean that it is expensive. To make things even better, try buying equipment that serve multiple functions. Yung machines na marami kang magagawa. So for example, a squat rack can actually serve multiple functions. Pwede kang mag-squat doon, pwede kang mag-bench press doon, pwede kang mag-rows. Yung squat rack na may pull-up bar, pwede ka na mag-pull-ups there. So the next tip that I'm going to give you is to invest on good flooring. Syempre, ayaw nating masira yung magandang tiles natin sa bahay. Syempre, ayaw nating makabasag sa bahay kung ayaw nating mapagalitan ng mga nanay natin. Or as my mom would always say, yawa, yawa, yawa. If you're the type of person na nagbabagsak ng weight sa floor, I highly suggest that you invest in high-density mats. Kung hindi nyo alam kung ano yun, ito yun. They are actually, a bit expensive, but they protect your floors really, really well. So, what I have here are, I think, 22mm thick high-density mats. And kahit magbagsak ako ng weight dito sa gym, hindi na siya ganun kaingay, hindi na sila nagigising sa taas, and hindi na nababasag yung flooring sa ilalim. So, invest on good quality flooring. If you're planning to buy yung mga interlocking gym mats na medyo malambot, okay lang naman yun. But the problem with that is, if you're carrying something heavy and if you step on them, medyo lulubog yung shoes mo or lulubog yung paa mo actually dun sa mats na yun. And we don't want that because that might cause injury in the future. So make sure to be careful with the mats or the flooring that you are using para safe tayo palagi. Stay safe. Now, if you find that gym flooring is a bit expensive, well, you don't have to cover the entire gym. Well, for my case, I actually ended up covering the entire gym kasi medyo maarte ako. But for you guys, you just have to cover the places on the floor na most probably mababagsakan nyo ng weight. Or kung maarte rin kayo tulad ko, pwede nyong takpan yung buong gym nyo. Also, one warning when buying rubber mats or yung mga rubber flooring, sometimes these mats have that toxic rubbery smell. So my suggestion is if you bought these mats that have a rubbery smell, I suggest that you don't store them na nakastack ng matagal because that really preserves the rubbery smell that you have. So once you buy them, maybe you want to lay them out, maybe on like in your garden or somewhere na open air, and then paarawan nyo sila for a few days, and that actually lessens the smell. And if that doesn't work, what I did for my gym, especially my gym is, as you can see, medyo enclosed siya and you have to open the window para mag-circulation, tsaka konti lang yung hangin na pumapasok dito. I have Febreze. So every now and then, siguro mga once a week, I do spray Febreze around my gym just to, lessen the rubbery smell. And from time to time, I leave the windows open para lumabas din. Lalagyan ko ng electric fan para lumabas din yung rubbery smell. And, eventually, the smell will die down and everything will smell better. The next tip that I'm gonna give you in setting up your home gym is to try to buy in bulk or buy sabay-sabay. Sabay-sabay. Yawa! Siyempre, alam naman natin na medyo mahal yung delivery fees considering na yung gym equipments are usually heavy. So, I suggest that if you're gonna buy something from that store, kung meron ka pang ibang mabibili na plano mo naman talagang bilhin, ibilihin mo na para isa na lang yung delivery fee. So, at the end of the day, mas mapapagastos ka dahil magko-compound yung mga delivery fees sa mga patingi-tingi mo na bili. So, my suggestion is, if you're gonna buy something from that seller, kung meron ka pang mabibili na ibang bagay, galing na rin sa kanya, bilhin mo na. So, try to buy in bulk or sabay-sabayin mo na yung pagbili to save on delivery fees. The next tip is to get inspired. Draw some inspiration from somewhere. From me, I really loved strolling through garage home gyms. You can actually get a lot of ideas from these home gyms kung paano mo i-organize yung equipment mo, paano mo siya i-decorate, paano mo siya papagandahin. And syempre, I'm sure a lot of you guys have limited space as well for your home gym. So we want to make sure that we make the most out of that space, maximize that space that you have. One great example of this is the Iron Supply Gym. If you haven't seen that, better check that out. To give you guys an idea on how to maximize that space, I think it was a little over 20 square meters of space that he had. He really maximized his space considering that he had so many equipment there. Heaven. But again, your gym doesn't have to be that complete. Again, iba-iba naman tayo ng mga essentials. Meron sa atin, mga mahilig lang mag-yoga, so we just wanted the yoga mat, a nice mirror maybe. Meron naman sa ating mga athletes, meron mga football athletes, may mga basketball athletes na baka functional training naman yung mga kailangan nila. So maybe they need some agility ladders, some bands, or whatever they want or whatever they need. Fitness is not really limited to, weights, dumbbells, or barbells, and machines. Pwedeng as simple as exercise mats, bands, could be a treadmill. So as you can see behind me, my gym is far from perfect and far from complete, but it works for me. So try to find that gym and try to make that gym and set up that gym that will work for you and your goals. Eventually, I plan to have mirrors here. I plan to have more dumbbells because currently I have only 2 sets of dumbbells. And who knows? Baka kung ano pang idagdag ko dito, baka maglagay ako ng pero wala na akong pera. So those were my tips on how to set up your very own home gym. I hope that I was helpful and I was able to give you some inspiration to start your very own home gym, and I'd like to invite you to join the home gym revolution. If you'd like to know where I got the things that I have in my gym, please do ask away in the comment section below, and also like this video and maybe subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. So until next time, I'll see you soon. Yawa!